And now, as the President of the United States, it's my tremendous honor to finally wish America and the world a very Merry Christmas.
And this was a friend of mine. I said, Terry, let him, no, please talk. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Donald Trump. And I'm on the phone, I can't get this guy off the phone. I said, can I call you back later? Yes, but could I do that? I said, just do whatever you want to do. I don't care.
You know, every time you turn on one of those aircraft carriers, it costs you probably $1 million. I'd say, don't turn it on. The captain would say, we want to show you how great these engines are working. No, I don't want to hear it. Just don't.
Oh, look at the cameras they turned because they found a protester. Look at those cameras, those bloodsuckers. Have people say, like this sleazy guy right over here from ABC. He's a sleaze in my book. You're a sleaze because you know the facts and you know the facts well. Go ahead. And they'd say no. And we'd say, well, we'd like to have this. No. Oh, okay. How about this? No. Okay, we agree. You know what he is? He's a Facebook, Twitter junkie. This guy. That was the first time I've seen him look up in 7 months. He's always looking down. You know, General Patton didn't sit on television and say, let's see, on July 16th, we're going to attack ISIS from behind. Were they going to knock out a battalion over here and we're going to drop so many bombs at this quadrant and we're going to get, here's my plan. I'm running against the current United States Senator and it's winner take all. What was that? Did somebody throw a hat? No, it was only a microphone. I thought somebody threw something at me. I was saying, is that Jeb? Why didn't you do it a little earlier, you dope?
I've been on the cover of Time magazine so many times. And the cover of everything. I feel like a supermodel except like times 10. Okay? It's true. I'm a supermodel. I'm on the cover of these magazines. We're not going to cut you up and chop you up into pieces. We're going to save it. Okay.
That's all right. Leave her. Let her stay. That's all right. She's got a little Bernie sign up. You know, it was given to her. Did Bernie give it to you himself? We have no idea what's going to happen on the Democrat side, but they're certainly having difficulty. I don't like to see people having difficulty, but anybody has to have it. Let it be them. The head, you know, this wild man, right? Wild child in North Korea. You know, I tell you, you have the nicest protesters in Maine. Did you see that? That guy... I just said, get out. And he said, yes, sir. And he left.
He's doing nuclear. We're not doing anything. Our nuclear is old and tired, and his nuclear is tippy-top from what I hear.
And I watched President Obama today, and he was more angry at me than he was at the shooter. And many people said that. No, I mean, it's a whole different thing. The Trump train. The Trump train. That was right. Who said that? Who said that? Somebody over there said, we got the Trump train. That's a very good, hey, I would have never thought of that one. I like. And Romney was sitting at home not doing anything. What the hell happened? I asked my people, what happened to him? Where is he? Oh, I think we're going to be okay. I think we're going to win. I said, get on television. You saw what one sleazebag can do. One sleazebag over the weekend, what he did. The people who rigged the system for their benefit will do anything and say anything to keep things exactly the way they are. And when I was running and being, knocking out one after another. Since President Obama became president, hello. Thank you. I'd love to pull it out and just use it on lying, crooked Hillary. We are going, you know, I was against the war in Iraq, and I was against it from the beginning. You know, they like to say, well, you know, in 2003, we're going to own right now, can you believe this? $20 trillion. We should have a law that when you're running for president, you're not allowed to use a teleprompter because you end up getting some stiff that just reads his speech. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. It is wonderful to be in Albuquerque. And Hillary Clinton, through her incompetence, directly and indirectly created ISIS. And now she wants to get rid of it. She says, yes, we will fight ISIS. She's the one that created it. With stupidity. With stupid policy.
We have military bases where we actually pay rent. We're paying rent. We're paying rent. to protect other people. We're paying rent, okay? Think of it. Just think of it. Go home and think about it. Trade expansion, huh? Trade expansion for who?
Tell you, those soldiers are tough. A couple of them shook my hand. It was like, oh, whoa, take it easy, fellas. They are tough cookies. They are strong. They don't know how strong they are. These are great people. Future construction worker. You know, I have a friend. He's the biggest in the world at building plants. That's what he does. He builds plants. If you said, build an apartment, he wouldn't know what to do.
Wow.
Here, send them back to the press so they can examine them. I just found a second mic. I'm probably being wired or tapped here. That's got to be the Justice Department doing that. I'm saying, where did this mic? I'm saying to myself, where the hell did the second mic come from?
We have one of those guys from the Hillary Clinton campaign. How much are you being paid? $1,500? All right. Take him out.
Hey, can you do me a favor? You, turn the camera, show them the crowd we have, please.
It's been about money. Money. I want money. I want money.
What is this, Academy Award time, fellas? Look at this. They just told me it was the protester that turned the lights off. I love you. Thank you so much. Oh, we're going to be so nasty.
I mean, you see it in here. This room is full, but why are these 3 seats empty?
And I thought to myself, I said, wait a minute. She's saying I'm angry, and I am angry. So I said, I'm angry.
And he's really stumbling and mumbling, and it was terrible. Then they look at me. They say, what do you think?
So they send it back. Oh, look, we have a protester. Oh, ho.
F, fail, F, fail, F, F, F.
Right, Al? Oh, Al, one of the great veterans of all time. Stand up.
I said, whoa.
I have lobbyists where I can say, go into that senator and get his vote changed right now. Yes, Mr. Trump. He'll call me up. All done, sir.
Hello, press. Hello, press.
And as far as abortion, and what would be your first
I'm
move?
pro-life. Then you have all these maniacs back there, the press. They are the worst. In California, if you kill a bald eagle, they put you in jail for 5 years. And yet the windmills knock them out like flies.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Yeah, because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
Are you angry? You voted? You voted for Trump, I assume, right? Otherwise, I'd say, get the hell out of here.
Rubio said, you're a liar. And I said, that's good because now I can call him a liar too. But he really...
Score like the fighters, a knockout, you know? Boom, boom, first round.
If I were the president and I flew into Saudi Arabia and the king or whoever, the top, isn't there to greet me, I say, hey, pilot, come here for a second. How much fuel do we have? We got plenty, sir. It's Air Force One. I say, get back in those controls, pilot, and let's get out of here. Right? That's what I do.
If I would have said the F-bomb on television, I would have been given the electric chair.
Whoa! Jeb's a nice person. He really is.
They go and they read the same speech, right? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. 12 minutes, everyone's sleeping, and then they leave, okay? You can't do that if you're on live television every night.
But little Marco Rubio said, we are going to build a wall. It's the first time ever I said, what happened? He's going to build a wall.
Oh, look, the cameras are turned. I love it.
Actually, don't tell anybody for security reasons, but you can see my house from here.
Ever. Ever is a long time. And he's looking around and said, what can I say? What can I say? Well, maybe I'll say, oh, he's got small hands. Look at those. I mean, give me a break, okay?
Then I hear the stupid people, and some of the stupid people back there, one of them whom I'm looking at. Yeah, get that guy out of here, please. Thank you. Get him out. Come on, let's go. We gotta get him out fast.
we're going to have pickets in front of Macy's. I said, so what? Have pickets. I have pickets all the time. I want Bernie to make a speech today and thank me.
I like my face, but I'd rather show the crowd.
I don't want to give you an excuse. What the hell is caucus? Nobody even knows what it means.
USA, USA.
I want that sign. Can you get me that sign? Get me that sign. You know, it is Las Vegas. It's a little tricky.
He was just trying to cover up the sweat that pours. I never saw. Did you ever see a guy sweat like this?
Yep, I promise I'll do this. Will you give me a contribution? That's what they do.
He became a United States Senator, and then he said, I didn't know I was a citizen of Canada. Lying Ted. He didn't know.
Oh, we're going to take. We're going to become rich again, and then we're going to become great again. And he holds up the Bible, and he lies.
No, I agree with you. We don't want him. Boo, boo.
But we don't have the money to do it anymore. What is that? Oh. Uh-oh. It's ISIS. Get him down. Oh, I'd shoot that guy down so fast your head would spin.
This is a poll of very, 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 very conservative people. Well, what about liberal people? What about other people? They don't vote?
And he's walking out, and we're not allowed, you know, the guards are very gentle with him. He's walking out like big high fives, smiling, laughing, like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you. We don't want a teleprompter president again, do we? No more teleprompter. No more. It's too easy.
We beat Hillary Rodham very easily. And you're going to see it. And I haven't even started with her. We still have to get rid of the rest of these folks. That's why it's so important that you vote tomorrow. We have to get rid of these.
We get greedy, right? Now we're going to get greedy for the United States.
Let me see that sign. I want to see that sign. Let me see. Hey, do me a favor. Hey, Corey, somebody, come here. Get me that sign. I want to see that sign. Let me see that sign. Hey, Scott, get me that sign. I want to see that sign. I want to see. Come here. Thank you.
We need to make America great again.
She had, who the hell did she back? Yeah, Rubio.
Boy, you people, you do like your guns, don't you, huh?
This is the President of the United States, Mr. Donald Trump. Thank you. And I said, wow, but I've seen the Vatican. That's the biggest, strongest wall I've ever seen.
Which is this group here? Get them out of here. Get them out. Out.
For instance, when my very dear friend Jeb Bush dropped out, Look at all the Latinos. Thank you, darling.
By the way, this little Rubio guy said my father gave me $200 million. My sister called me up. She said, no, Dad, are you kidding? My brother called up. What the hell? I started off with $1 million and built a company that's worth over $10 billion. That's what it is.
So, you know what I do? Nice and easy, right? What? Yes. Thank you, man. Very handsome. You look very good in your flag.
But you know, the politicians would tell me, you can't build a wall. Really, can you build a wall? They don't know. You know, I built 90-story buildings, building buildings and stuff. Building a wall, boy, is that easy. Precast, pshung. And every time they fight me, it gets 10 feet taller, right? Every single time. Gets 10 feet taller, goes up. Goes up. So what happens is this. I got a call. Okay, the worst, I'll have one of my killers call, all right?
If we're attacked, Japan doesn't have to do nothing. They can sit home and watch Sony television, right? It's true.
I have one question for you, Mr. Trump. Now, when you were in office, what will be the timeline for that wall that you were talking about?
He knows. Here's another beauty. Number one, ready? Number and percent of immigrants in the United States, 1,900 to 210, plus Census Bureau projections. Look at this. Okay, fine. Right.
And I just had a reporter come up to me, backstage, a reporter come up, Mr. Trump, sir, but why did you throw that baby out of there? And I said, I was having fun. I was so nice. Everybody liked me. The baby liked me. The mother liked me. We had a good time. I tried to keep the baby in, but the baby had such a powerful voice. Now, if I were in charge, if they put me in charge, let's say 3-4 years ago, Donald Trump is Secretary of not allowing businesses to leave our country. Trump waded into a landscape of empty Fifth Avenue storefronts. By the way, New York City was a disaster. You remember. Nobody wanted to invest. It was over. Remember President Ford said, go to hell? I'm really in love with our country. Nice.
Seriously, how do you lie to the FBI and now you're running for president? How does that happen?
In one of the events, a beautiful baby was crying. And I mean crying like you wouldn't believe. This baby could have been Pavarotti. In fact, I'm going to find out who that baby is. I'm going to make a deal with the parents because we can take that baby to training school and it'll be the next great Pavarotti. Another report said it might be just a hacker, some guy with a 200 IQ that can't get up in the morning. Some of the richest people in this country are people that can't even read or write. They're called friends of mine, contractors. Take a look at China. They have a thing called the Great Wall of China. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it. Little wall that goes 13,000 miles, right? 13,000 miles. The Great Wall of China. 13,000. You know what 13,000 miles is? I mean, we're talking about a serious wall. We're talking about a wall like there is no wall.
Remember what he said? He did not have sex with that woman. Then a couple of weeks later, oh, you got me. Oh, I'm so glad they kept the dress. I'm so glad they kept that dress. I could have given a less attractive picture. I said, I want to give her a nice picture. It's a nice picture. What I don't like is 48.5 million, because those people control those companies that move out of our country, that take in product from China, that do all of these things that are destroying us. Hey, folks, we have to get back to work. Our country's in trouble. We can't play games anymore. Smile. You believe it? Smile. I don't even know why I was asked the question. I guess because I was asked the question. That's, who knows? So whether it's Carrier, yes. Oh, is that Carrier air conditioner? What's he talking about? Oh, you don't have the speaker? I'll tell you, whoever runs this place is not doing very well. And instead of 800 people, I got some bad news for you. It turned out to be 1,800 people. They became United States citizens. So then I said, all right, they made a mistake. You know what kind of a mistake it was, right? Bing, bing, bing. Okay. Don't kid yourself. Good chance of that. Well, does everybody see that? The front row people know exactly, right? But we want to support the men and women at Fort, you know, Fort Wakuka, right? You know what the fort is? Wakuka. Home of the Army's Intelligence Center. But it's easy if fraud is involved, right? So you got 1.8 million people who are dead who are registered to vote. And some of them vote. One was a Republican and after death became a Democrat. It's true. I always say, George Patton, I was a fan. Today he couldn't make it.
because he wasn't politically correct. He was a little on the rough side, right? He was bum, bum, bum. She bleached and deleted 33,000 emails after receiving a congressional subpoena.
She supports sanctuary cities. Boom. Did you see where Biden wants to take me to the back of the barn? Me. He wants it. I'd love that. I'd love that. Mr. Tough Guy. You know, he's Mr. Tough Guy.
She then had 13 telephones, and many of them were hammered dead. Now, how many people have gotten rid of a cell phone and hammered the hell of it? How? Any hands up, please? Hands up. Did anybody hammer? Uh-oh, he did. What's your business? Oh, is he in the mob? What's your business?
Well, that's because he'd rather have a puppet as president of the United
puppet,
States.
no puppet.
And it's pretty clear.
You're the puppet.
It's pretty clear you won't admit
No, you're
that the
the puppet.
Russians have engaged in cyber attacks against the United States of America.
Yeah, get him out. Go home to mommy. Bye. And these morons would say, but he didn't break 50. How the hell do you break 50 when you have 11 people and they're governors and senators? It's always live. It's live. Look, there it is right up there. Look. That looks, look, there it is. We're live, always live.
Wait a minute, he's not here. Where are the Castro brothers? Give me one of the Castros. I said, no, he's not here. Here's what I do. I say, pilot, come here a minute. How's our fuel? Fine, Mr. President. Get the hell out of here, baby. We're leaving. Right? Get the hell out of here.
And when I look at these guys going around and talking to delegates and buying them hot dogs and hamburgers and hotel rooms and this and that, and you got to knock them out. Knock them the hell out. Right now we have political hacks that have a 37 IQ.
Lying Ted. Lying. He's a liar. Ooh. Bible high, puts it down, and then he lies, you know.
I know they're waiting. They're going to take me under a fence, through a field. Oh, you have no idea the route they have planned for me to get out of here. What is it with the motor? Why do they like me? Tell me. Who said that? Who is that? I love it. I can't build. How can I build a wall if you don't vote for him? We got to talk about first things first. I was much more. I was like this, and you know they'd hit me a little bit, and I'd go, instead of hitting back. Is this guy on our side or not? Let me see. Huh? You on our side? Are you on our side? Okay, put your hand down then, will you? And then one guy comes off, and he goes, one of the candidates. He said, Donald, you can't build a wall. Don't forget, senators, governors, top people, smart people, 17, boom, boom. Walker gone, this one gone, Bush gone, low energy. Bush gone, all gone.
He said, she's not qualified to be president. This is Bernie Sanders saying, and I said, oh, soundbite, commercial.
We're stupid. We have stupid people leading our country.
Because I could talk nice and calm, and everybody would fall asleep after 10 minutes. Then you'd see him start leaving the upper decks. Look at that, the corner of the upper decks. Why don't you show that, media? Hey, media, why don't you show it? You dishonest media. The corners of the upper decks. Now, they're not, look, they don't move the cameras. They don't move the cameras. They don't move. They never move the cameras. They never move the cameras unless there's a phony protester around. Where, do we have any protesters? I'd like to put a couple of protesters right up there where they can see.
You can't charge a tax, because if you charge a tax, that's not a conservative thing to do.
They had a clown today. I didn't see it. I didn't read it, but I heard about it. They had a clown today in the failing New York Times who said that I wanted to have another World Trade Center catastrophe because it's good for my base. Can you believe this? No, think of it.
And you got to be tough with your people because they'll pay. They don't care. They'll pay. So we're not going to pay. I guarantee you I'm not paying for this mic. Every 2 minutes I hear like boom, boom. Anyway, I hope it's okay for you out there, but it really is. Boy, you are real. Look at that. Look up there. It's packed up to the rafters. Man.
Holy mackerel.
They're getting a little nervous. John King, nice guy, he's got the map. He's good with the map. But his hand is starting to shake. You know, it's got... Oh, my God. Oh, my God, he won. And we had just won Florida. Breaking news. Donald Trump has won Florida. They say, whoa. They said, Georgia is in play. Texas is in play. That means, like, we're even. And then we won in a landslide, both states. I said, what happened? Right? They're going to have their choice of jobs now. You watch. They're going to have their choice. Wouldn't it be nice if you went around and you go home to your wife or your husband and you say, Harry or Sally? I don't know which one to take. I've got so many options. Please, Sally, help me choose. Don't let it outside, right? And of course, the press is very honest. They'll never let this go. Even though it's all live, they got about 7 stations live. We are going to appoint Mad Dog Mattis as our Secretary of Defense. But we're not announcing it till Monday, so don't tell anybody. Donald Trump has won the state of Wisconsin. Oh, no. Donald Trump. Because, no. Please check this. So the president of Mexico, or previous president, said, how dare Donald Trump said, build a wall. We won't pay for the wall, and I want you to tell that to Mr. Trump. So the press calls up and they said, Mr. Trump, the president or previous president said they will never pay for the wall. Never going to pay for the wall. Do you have a comment? I said, yes, tell him that the wall just got 10 feet taller. Okay, tell him that. Tell him.
Newsflash, the Republican Party's been fighting against a single-payer system for a decade. So I think you're on the wrong side of this if you're still arguing for a single-payer system.
I don't think you heard me. You're having a hard time tonight.
All right,
I know Anthony Weiner for a long time. I knew before they caught him with the bing, 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 right? And he was a bad guy then. It turned out that he was a really bad guy. So Rand Paul calls. He wants to play golf. I play golf. I kill him at golf. I did.
Look.
But when the folks of Iowa found out the true facts of the job that you've done in Wisconsin, all of a sudden you tubed. He was number 1. Now he's number 6 or 7 in the polls. Jeb Bush, let's say he's president. And I think you can see I'm having a good time. I really am. You know, they said to Jeb Bush, he was like this. They said, are you having fun? Yes. He knows it's so good. He'll have a little pressure. Don't let the plant be built. And he might even say, don't let the plant be built. Might even call the head of Ford. The plant's not going to be built. And then the next day, he'll be called by special interests that supported him, his lobbyists who push him around like a piece of candy.
Our governor here in Massachusetts, Charlie Baker, has described some of your comments about women as reprehensible. Do you have a response to that?
No, he must have been talking about Jeb Bush. Because, frankly, Jeb Bush said he didn't want to fund women's health issues, and then he came back a few hours later and he said he misspoke. I think he must be talking about Jeb Bush. He's not talking about me. Jeb Bush said that on women's health issues that he won't fund him. Then he went out, he apologized. You okay? Jeb Bush said that on women's health issues, he won't fund them. Whose phone is that? You ready? Third time. Ready? Jeb Bush said that on women's health issues, he won't fund them. Then he said, I misspoke. I'm so sorry. There was no question because I heard when he said the statement. I was watching and he said the statement and I said, wow, I can't believe it. I will take care of women. I respect women. I will take care of women. You said you're going to cut funding for women's health issues. You said it. Yeah, except you said it. He actually probably seems to me not as bright, honestly, as Rick Perry. I think Rick Perry probably is smarter than Lindsey Graham, but what do I know? I'm at 38, I think, in South Carolina. He's at 3. He's a senator. They have 0. They have 1. They have 2. Why do they keep going? There's something I don't understand. If I was one of them, I would crawl quietly out. I'd probably tweet.
I've decided to get out of the race. I wouldn't have a news conference. No, it's true. I tweet, I've decided I'm going to get out of the race. And then I'd sneak out to some place with my wife and I'd just go away.
As an example, you have people running like a Jeb Bush. The head of his finance committee. Don't fall asleep when I mention the name, please.
And then I see Rick Perry the other day, and he's so, he's doing very poorly in the polls. He put glasses on so people will think he's smart. And it just doesn't work. People can see through the glasses. So he said he shouldn't be allowed on the debate stage. I said to myself, he shouldn't. And then I tweeted, I have many millions between Facebook and Twitter. It's great. It's like owning a newspaper without the losses. It's incredible. Incredible. So I tweeted that Rick Perry should have to have an IQ test before getting on the debate stage.
That's better, right? Instead of, right? She said, a woman here is on my side. You're right. She's saying, don't do it, right? Don't do it. Because they always have even if it's not a bad word, if it's a little bit off, they kill me. So I won't do it. I'll never do it again, actually.
Rubio, I've never seen a young guy sweat that much. No, I've never seen. He's drinking water. I never saw anything like this with him with the water. And everybody, Huckabee, nice guy. He was seriously hot. He was soaking wet. I grabbed him around his back. I said, good job. And it was soaking wet. I immediately. The new one is, Donald, you know Mexico's never going to pay for it. I say 100%.
Prove it. She goes, well, look at my cheekbones. Oh, look. Do you find anything nice about her cheekbones? I don't know.
So Uma is getting classified secrets. She's married to Anthony Weiner, who's a perv. No, he is. He is.
Actually, most people didn't. I own the Bank of America building in San Francisco. Big chunk. And it's a great building. Got it from the Chinese. I did great. Great. They still don't know what happened. But that's what we need, right? Oh, Don, you're a little controversial. You're talking about illegal immigration. I said it's illegal.
I know that Marco Rubio did not win it. Do we agree? That's what. And I only say that because he took some nasty things about us today. I wouldn't have said it. If they would, like poor Jeb, he spent $20 million on negative ads. If he didn't do that, I wouldn't be talking badly about him.
That there are, for immigrants on the whole,
Come on, try getting it out. Try getting it out.
I'll get it out.
I mean, I don't know if you're going to put this on television, but you don't even know what you're talking about. Try getting it out. Go ahead.
One empty chair, and I've seen it. If there's one empty chair, the press will put it on that chair.
Kerry, who's a baby. I mean, here's a guy goes on a bicycle to go on a bicycle race. He's 73 years old. He's in a bicycle race. He falls. He breaks his leg during the negotiation. And I tell everybody, and you probably heard it, I swear to you, I will never be in a bicycle race as long as I'm.
And he's so off that all he has to do is stop and I'll leave him alone. He's like a child. Cruz today took an ad that's so false. It's so false. And it's difficult because I'm a legitimate person. When I see these ads, remember, these ads are paid for by the special interest, the lobbyists, and the donors. They're not paid for by these guys. They have hundreds of millions of dollars, and they take these ads, and they're vicious, and they say anything.
We just spent $1 million building a soccer field, okay? A soccer field for our prisoners that happen to be in Guantanamo, okay? I don't like that. What do you need $1 million for? Level out the surface, let them play. I told you about drugs before. Jeb Bush, who's a total stiff, by the way, a total stiff. The Iranians are great negotiators. The Persians are great negotiators. And we have people that are babies. It's like a chess player, grandmaster, playing against a checkers child. No, that's what it is. We give them, think of it, a nuclear scientist, and they won't give us our hostages back. It's so insane.
They'll probably say the crowds were about equal. Oh, they were equal. But that's the way they are, very dishonest.
CNN is terrible. CNN, you're with CNN? Are you with CNN? Are you? You people do not cover us accurately at all. So they have a few protesters outside. And they have thousands of people, and the first question from CNN is about protesters.
So what I'm going to do is span out. Show them the crowd, press. Show them the crowd. Show them the crowd. Look, they're not turning the cameras. They don't even turn the cameras. They don't even turn the cameras because you know what? They're very dishonest people.
He goes, the Supreme Leader, I've spoken to him today, and he said the following. I say, what is he talking about? The Supreme Leader said nasty things about us, right?
Frankly, I don't even think they give a damn about education, half of them. And I'm sure some maybe do.
Want to use that word in this form?
I will. Because people want to hear the truth, Frank. I watch you all the time. They want to hear the truth.
Correct.
Frank, we have to be able to express ourselves.
But referring to people as rapists, referring to John McCain, a war hero, 5.5 years as a POW, and you call him a dummy. Is that appropriate in running for president?
Okay, you got to let me speak, though, Frank, because you interrupt all the time, okay? So, no, I know him too well. That's the problem.
We need a leader that wrote The Art of the Deal.
I said trade deals. Who would do better? I'll tell you what. I know the greatest negotiators in the world. Some are horrible people, horrible human beings. Who cares? Some Wall Street guys, they're brutal, they're miserable. You wouldn't want to go out to dinner. They're terrible people. I love them. You know who's our primary representative right now? Carolyn Kennedy. You know how she got the job? 60 Minutes. She went to the White House. She said, I'd love to have a job. I have nothing to do. They said, how would you like to be the ambassador to Japan? She goes, really?
I never thought we'd see the day in our country when a communist, because that's really, you think about it, when a communist is the leading Democrat. We're going to have a communist against an entrepreneur. I like the entrepreneur.
You know why I say she's nice? Because my daughter Ivanka likes her. My daughter's so great. She's such a great person. My daughter likes her. She said, Daddy, she's such a nice person. I agree. I don't want a nice. I want to kill her. We're tired of the nice people.
The other night, Crazy Bernie, he's a crazy guy, but he's doing okay. He is nuts. He is a total nut job.
I kept waiting for them to leave, to get up and leave. I used to say, get up and leave.
Is everything good over there? Yes. Yes. One after one. Bing, bing, bong, bing. And people would said, what happened?
If you listen to Hillary Clinton, it's like Donald Trump doesn't want NATO, as she reads from teleprompter. Donald Trump doesn't want NATO.
They gave me Donald Trump. I said, I don't want to touch. I don't want to touch golf. I don't want to. I'm leaving. All right, get him out. Thank you. Thank you, officer. Thank you. Don't hurt him. Don't hurt him. Don't hurt him. And I'm putting up money now, but I'm raising a lot of money for the party, and it's good. It's good. It's really good. We're going to win this thing. We're going to take this country back from these thieves and these crooks and these horrible presidents, these phony presidents.
You know, did you ever see that negotiation? We would like to have the following, the Americans. No. They go, no. Oh, okay, we'll agree with you. Everything was no, no, no. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it.
Breaking news. Donald Trump got up today and tweeted, good morning.
If he punches you in the face, smile as your nose is pouring blood out of it. I have a list. Look, page after page of the lies. Page after page, the lies. All over. Look at this. Page.
And anybody? No, I want to give it to a woman. Woman. You were the one. Where's that woman? You. All right, give it to her. She was so good. All right, get out of here. Go. Boom, boom. Go home. Go home.
Remember the old days of deserter? What happened? Bang.
And this son of a bitch comes out and starts shooting. This fell off. Who wants water? Anybody want some water? Here you go. Okay, enjoy it. Trump water, very good water.
They're so great. I'm talking about you. They see a protester who you can't hear, and 10,000 people start going, there. The place goes crazy.
They call CNN the Clinton News Network.
Where's Jeff? Jeff? Where is he?
I hear her saying, reading right off, always teleprompters. She goes, Donald Trump does not have the temperament to be president.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news. We have breaking news coming out of Arizona. The very nice woman with the red shirt on and the big Trump sign, she sneezed in the front row.
Hey, by the way, excuse me. We went to a place called Indiana, and Bobby Knight endorsed me. Boy, did that happen.
This is not a good one. Homicides have increased by 50%.
What the hell's going on here? What's going on? How old is this kid? How old is this kid? Get out of here. Get out of here. Still wearing diapers. Look at this kid.
That is an unheard of number. The Democrats, there was a mosquito. I don't want mosquitoes around me. I don't like mosquitoes. Bernie, where are you, Bernie? Oh, we love Bernie. Bernie's okay. He gets a little nasty and a little cranky every once in a while, but he's okay.
And what this really does is show the dishonest slime back there with all those cameras. Look at the cameras. Look at them. No, it's slime.
I like scrutiny, but you know what? When I raise money, excuse me, I've watched you on television. You're a real beauty.
So anyway, but no, there's my teleprompter right there, my speech. Yeah.
And he gets on this plane, flies to Hawaii. He's there for a long time. Golf, 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 golf. More. Learning how to chip, learning how to hit the drive, learning how to putt. Oh, I want more.
When I decided to do it, I didn't need this. It's 140 degrees up here. That's the end of this suit. Soaking wet. Does anybody want my jacket? Get on.
What I maybe do best, I think my biggest strength, other than the economy, and which I seem to be winning every single poll, and jobs. Look at that sign. Wow. Whoa. Gays for Trump.
And it's incredible. In fact, that could be a Mexican plane up there. They're getting ready to attack.
I mean, look at this room, this massive room. At this time. Time is it? Yeah. I mean, it's like in the morning. What difference? What difference does it make? Makes a big difference. What difference does it make? Remember the famous statement, green dress. And by the way, did you see when he got off that car? He broke his ass. Did you see that? He tried to pretend he wasn't hurt. That was adrenaline.
Nice and easy. Take the lumps out. You're a little too rough.
What do you mean, Pop?
You're a little too rough.
Because honestly, he was waiting for the FBI primary. And guess what? He just lost today the FBI primary. He lost the FBI primary. Bernie, my poor Bernie. Oh, Bernie. I feel so badly for Bernie. And then you wonder why some people don't like me, folks.
I have a smart guy, made millions and millions and maybe billions of dollars on Wall Street. I say, define trillion for me quickly. He said, let's see, it's a you know.
Right? Do you agree with me, protester? You agree? Or do you think it's easy to be weak and ineffective like we are right now? Do you think that's okay?
I said, Jeb, you're not going to be here much longer. You're pretty far down there, Jebba. You're not going to be here much longer, Jeb. You got to get tougher, Jeb.
Get him out of here. Right away. Bobby Knight. What do you think Bobby would do? Bobby would say, get him out of here. Bobby.
You have what is called now the Trump loophole because it would so advantage you and the business you do. You've proposed an approach that has a $4 billion tax benefit for your family. And when you look at what you are proposing, it is, as I said, trumped up trickle down.
And then you see him eating in the morning. You ever see? I have never seen. He's stuffing pancakes in his mouth like this. And I'm always telling my boy, take small bites, Barrett, little tiny bites. And yesterday he said, Daddy, who's that guy on television? That's disgusting.
Whoa, that's a big problem. Who said that? See, I won't repeat that. You know, I just get myself in trouble. But you know, It's very funny, actually. So I'm just coming through dirt and mud and under fences. See, you all walk through the lobby. I go under fences. I'm coming through. Bing, boom, in jail. Everybody left. That was the end. Lion Ted does not have the temperament to be doing this. He is choking like a dog because he's losing so badly. We have to put him away tomorrow, folks.
Hi, we have to talk. What? Listen, we have 28,000 soldiers on your border between you and this maniac in North Korea.
His phone exploded, his cell phone. I said, let me see. Because he came to my office wanting money. Years before, he wanted money.
Oh, do we have a protest? Oh, hello. Hey, get the hell out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out.
I like Saudi Arabia. Many friends from Saudi Arabia, they buy my condos. Oh, bing, 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 bing. I love them. No problem. I love them. They're fine.
What are we doing? Hey, look, folks, just so you understand. After we win, we got to get that name off his, you know, who wants to go around with that name? Lyin with a little apostrophe. Bing. I love these young kids. Look at these beautiful kids. They're going crazy. They're clapping about Obamacare. They don't know what Obamacare is, but hopefully they won't need any health care for 40 years, okay? So, you know, but they're still very enthusiastic, right? Great kids, great. They don't like Obamacare. Hopefully they don't have to worry. They don't have to worry about health care. I never stood on stages and debated like these, you know, bloodsuckers, so many bloodsuckers in the world of politics.
And I am a conservative, but I'm like a common sense conservative. We have to be smart.
I'd drop him right back in the middle of where the hell we found him.
I was like a member of the establishment the day I ran. Boy, did I become anti-establishment fast, okay? But the one time I'm right next to him, and I looked at the puddle on the ground, and I said, what is that? What is it? I wanted to know, what is that? You take a deep breath, you walk in, and then you go boom, boom, boom. He is like a little baby. Soft, weak little baby by comparison. But for lying, he's the best I've ever seen. He's the best. Don't worry about him, folks. Don't worry about him, folks.
Going over, and all of a sudden, he's being drained, and he goes like this, remember? And he's off screen. I said, where is he? And then he comes back with water.
Well, what do I say? I want to be politically correct. Waterboarding. It's so terrible. Waterboarding is so, even though they're chopping off heads, waterboarding is so.
Well, I'll tell you about backstage. I mean, if you'd like. I walked back there, and he's with a pile of makeup, putting it on his face. They said, Marco, easy with the makeup. You don't need that much.
She wanted to jump. I said, no, take the stair. Uh-oh. I said, you like your union? Nah. There's a disgusting guy, puts a Ku Klux Klan hat on. He thinks he's cute. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. And they came to me, they said, Mr. Trump, the Pope just made some statements about you. I said, the Pope? What do I have to do with the Pope? I didn't hear it. But it could have been foul, so I'm doing this for the press. Anybody that says something like that, I will reprimand them. Who said it? I didn't say anything. Oh, look who we have here, some wonderful people. Get out of here. Get out of here. Then they say, oh, this is terrible. They don't know how to win. They don't know. I love you too, even though it's a guy. I love you.
Folks, we're losing our ass.
Cameras, look at all those cameras back there. Look at it. Hello, folks. How you doing, you son of a guns? There's a guy totally disruptive, throwing punches. We're not allowed to punch back anymore. I love the old days. You know what they used to do to guys like that when they were in a place like this? They'd be carried out on a stretcher, folks. I'm standing here. He's right here. Chris is over here. And Chris was sort of cool because he's like this.
Look at Romney. The poor guy can't even breathe. He hears the name Trump. He goes, oh, I can't breathe. What a dope.
Make America whole. I think she means we're in a hole. We're in a deep hole. And we're trying to dig our way out. Cruz is smarter than Rubio. I will let you know in a few months who's the better liar, okay? Some of these protesters are very soft. We had one last night in Louisiana. The voice was so sad. It took a whole 45 minutes before we realized it was a protester. I said, don't worry, let him keep protesting. He's got a very soft voice. Don't worry about it. Nobody, doesn't bother us. They want to run against me. That means they don't want to run against me, okay? Get it through your head.
But this is a crusade. This guy is sick. There's something wrong with this guy. I know why. Boy, oh boy, she's become like a marshmallow.
You've got to vote. Vote, vote. I mean, I'm sure a couple of did any protesters sneak in tonight? Anybody? Huh?
Karl Rove, I mean, he is the worst. Anytime I see him, I say, turn off the set. He still thinks Romney won the election. Do you know that? He's going around. Romney won the election. He won the election.
They said, listen, everybody, listen. You get over here, bum. You get over here, bum. Now I go back. You know, I have like this chess mind. So now I go back to Carrier.
Remember this? He says, Waterboy, I know what you said. I heard.
Then he pretends like, oh, I have nothing to do with the oil industry. I have nothing to do with the banking industry.
These total morons like Karl Rove.
There's nothing easy about running for president, I can tell you. It's tough, it's nasty, it's mean, it's vicious.
Jeb would come in, he'd make a fool out of himself, and they'd get a big ovation.
These guys back here, the press, the dishonest ones, they went down, they went to the federal elections offices. They wanted to get me. And he was with that particular crew right there. Boy, look at all those red lights. Look at those red lights that are on.
Within 10 minutes, you'd make a deal. There's a case where everyone agrees and they can't make it.
Why hasn't he done it?
I could tell you the story, but I don't know.
I wonder why they don't like us. You know, I just wonder. These people that I'm running against, nasty people, they're nasty. As I explained to little Marco and the other one. The New York Times, which is, forget it. I call it the failing New York Times. And he goes, Donald Trump loves Obamacare. I love Obamacare. Every single speech I say repeal and replace. And now this guy is on television saying, this is the way you beat Donald Trump.
So the Pope, we're ready to vote in South Carolina.
And he's like this, and we will, I need water, help me, I need water, help. Now when they send their product here, there's no tax. Come on in, we're the stupid people. Come on in, sell whatever you want. And was covered so inaccurately by the New York Times. They said, the Times, a stupid newspaper, they're so stupid, they're so vicious. They said, Donald Trump is not getting money from Wall Street. We checked Wall, and I call up, I say, hi. Donald Trump, President of the United States. That wall is getting taller with every interview these ex-Mexican presidents do. Getting taller, taller. It's getting up there, I'll tell you what. And they're saying they're afraid to attack Donald Trump. They're afraid. He has made mincemeat out of everybody that's attacked him. He has absolutely destroyed everybody. It's been horrible. It's horrible. What he did to Jeb Bush, what he did to Governor Perry, what he did to all of these people, they're all afraid of him. Let's go. Good luck, Jeb. We love you, Jeb. He gets up and he said, and you saw that during the debate, but he says it all the time, I'm the only one that can beat Donald Trump. Again, holding the Bible. I'm the only one that can beat him. I have beaten him 5 times. It's so bad that sometimes you have to laugh. You can't even believe it.
Mr. Trump, it's really bad. I said, oh, this can only happen to me. The Pope is hitting me just before the election in South Carolina.
You know why? You know why they're weak? Because they know you're tough. That's why they're weak. Hey, look, Jeb spent $48 million in New Hampshire. I spent $2 million. I won in a landslide. He was number 6. I mean, give me a break, okay? Get out of here. Get out. 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 Hillary Clinton has taught us, really, how vulnerable we are in cyber hacking. That's probably the only thing that we've learned from Hillary Clinton. It turned out that the protesters we used to have were bought for $1,500 apiece, and they were told to go in and incite riots.
And I couldn't say it unless it were true, because you know what they'd do? Donald Trump lied today. They all say it. There have never been crowds. Bernie Sanders had a tiny peanut compared to what we've done.
They are phenomenal. And these guys went down and they were so upset that they were so good they thought they'd be bad.
Do I hear people shouting, oh, are they friends? Friend or foe? Friend or foe? Friend. Okay, friend.
Never ends. Never ends. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Goodbye. And a lot of people are saying, they're saying, you know, these pundits, these guys get paid. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. First of all, they said in June, he will never run. I ran. Then they said he will never sign for May. That's where you sign your life away. I signed. They said, wow. No way you're going to build the wall. Now the other day I hear this Rubio, you know, I call him, correct. I call him Little Marco. Hello, Marco. He said I had small hands. Actually, I'm 6'3", not 6'2", but he said I had small hands. They're not small, are they? I never heard that one before.
And by listening to guys like Lindsey Graham drop bombs here, drop bombs on Assad, drop bombs on ISIS. Oh, but they're fighting each other, so maybe we shouldn't do that. How can you do this one if you're doing that one?
Get him out of here!
Hey, cameras, take a look over here. Take a look.
And Little Marco was right over here. And Chris went after him. And I said, uh-oh, because I never saw a human being sweat like this guy.
He says, I'm a military expert. We've been listening to this guy for years. Where are we? With nowhere.
If, like you're a tough cookie. This guy right here looks like an ex-vet. If a couple of you right over there with that big, beautiful beard, if these guys, and I have to pick a woman, that's right, you raising your hand. She's gone crazy. She wants to carry a gun.
Oh, boy, you better get out tomorrow. You got to vote tomorrow. You got to vote. All right. Goodbye, darling. We're not going to be the dummies anymore, folks. We're going to be the smart ones. Let's do a USA chant. USA, 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 USA.
And you know what you do? You stand up. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody. Enjoy your stay. See you soon.
Now you watch John King. The hand is shaking, quivering. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump has won Wisconsin. Now, that wasn't supposed to happen, right? Then he goes, oh, you could see he's like getting ready to throw up all over them. Breaking news, Donald Trump has won the state of Utah. Like what? By 25 points. And by the way, in all fairness, Hillary came in second, and this guy that nobody ever heard of, he fell off the planet. Then it happened, folks, out of nowhere. Oh, and they got sick they were like, he was throwing up. You know, with the map, bing, 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 boy, that map was getting red as hell. That map was bleeding red. Florida, South Carolina. 4 weeks ago, just prior to, and always prior to, you people were vicious, violent, screaming, where's the wall? We want the wall. Screaming, prison, prison, lock her up. I mean, you are going crazy. I mean, you were nasty and mean and vicious, and you wanted to win, right?
$505 billion. We're going to lose that. $505 billion. And by the way, I don't like this mic. Whoever the hell brought this mic system, don't be the son of a bitch to put it in, I'll tell you. These people. No, this mic is terrible. Stupid mic keeps popping. Do you hear that, George? Don't pay him. Don't pay him.
Together we're going to Washington. Whoop. Whoop. Are you okay? Do we have a doctor in the house, please? Doctor in the house. People are constantly telling me and telling you to reduce our expectations. Those people are fools. They're fools. And by the way, I don't need the hat either, right? Who wants a hat? All right. Nice-looking tall guy. He'll give it to that kid. Come on. So they said Utah's in play for months. And they talked about this guy. And I mean, I looked at him. I said, is he going to beat me, that guy? Where does he come from? Who is he? Who is he? What's he doing? If he wins, we louse up the Supreme Court of the United States. What's he doing, this guy? And we won everyone, and Nebraska, a guy from Nebraska.
Actually, we won Nebraska too, right? We won, boom. Nebraska goes twice, so we won it twice.
Donald Trump has won Michigan. And then they're looking at the map, they're saying, oh, wow. There's no way for Hillary Clinton to become president. Donald Trump is president of the United States. Oh, amazing. And we have to look at it almost as a war, because that's what's happened to us. That's what's happened to our workers. These are great people. And boy, did they come out to vote. Remember they said they don't exist? They existed. They existed. Believe me. This is Louisiana. We don't need coats, right? And I hear that basically I'm tied in Utah. And the third one, they go, we have breaking news. Utah has gone to Donald Trump. Thank you. Oh. I'm Jeb Bush. And you say, we're going to save this money. Then Woody Johnson's going to call him. Jeb, you can't do that, Jeb. Can't do that. I worked hard for you. Lobbyists are going to call them. Or the lobbyists are going to call Ted Cruz, who's, you know, a dishonest guy. He's a liar. I mean, he's a real liar. They're going to call him. They're going to go, Ted, you can't do that. You got another race coming up in 2 years. There's no way you can do that. These guys supported you. Or they're going to call Marco Rubio, who stood with me. He was with me when he had the meltdown, and I'm telling you, it wasn't a pretty sight. No, he was there right there. No, he was soaking wet, I'm telling you. He was wet. Boy, I say, what the hell's going on over here? I thought he just came out of a swimming pool. He was soaked. Go ahead. He's a great public speaker, this guy. I mean, Jeb Bush answered one question. He couldn't even speak. He's stumbling all over the place. And he gets a big ovation. Oh, boy, would they be crazy. If I'm president, would somebody be crazy to attack us? Oh, those poor people. What does that mean he kept the country safe after 9/11? In other words, we had this major catastrophe, and after that, what does that mean? I don't know. Was he? And I got a nice, little like this. It's the one I'm talking. It's a very dark ad. Ice is melting. It's all wrong stuff. Very good reporter. By the way, very good reporter, this guy. Then Bush, poor Bush, he comes out. He goes, well, I don't think that Donald Trump can beat Hillary Clinton, but I can. I say, well, why aren't you beating me? I mean, what did we get by knocking out Gaddafi, right? Nothing. But you hear the filthy mouth, and then all of a sudden I see fists starting to fly. So like about 4 of them. And a rough cookie. This was not an easy guy. I looked at him. I said, that's a rough cookie, the other guy. And then he puts his fingers in the air, He wouldn't do it in front of those guys, let me tell you. And he said, well, I don't know. I don't know. Wow. I couldn't answer the question. So all these guys, the conservatives. I'm a conservative person. Bush says, I do not believe he's a true conservative. These people are stupid. Quiet. How stupid. This guy's he's my friend, but he's really a pain. He keeps talking. Quiet. He's not a protester, but man, is he noisy.
And I just got back from Chattanooga, too, and I spoke to some Marines there.
Build that wall. 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 All of the... Oh, Jeb. Oh. Jeb. He's asleep. He's asleep at the wheel, folks. President Obama, Secretary Kerry, I highly think you should read this book quickly. Quickly! Despite that phony rate, you see what's happening with the stock market? We're in a bubble, folks. Watch what happens. Remember what I've been saying? We're totally reliant on Asia and different countries. Watch what happens. It's going to be not pretty. We're in a big, fat, beautiful bubble. All of that money that's going to Hillary and Jeb and Scott and Marco and all of them,
The people that are putting up that money are, it's like puppets. Bing, bing.
I backed McCain and I backed Romney. McCain lost, Romney lost. I said, damn it, the next time I'm just going to do it myself, right? Right?
Sometimes I look in the audience, that guy right there, that guy right there, that guy right there, and I'll pick one beautiful woman right here. We can't pay you the $150 billion. Once those hostages landed, about 2 seconds later, fellas, how you doing? Everything good? Listen, the $150 billion, sorry, we don't have the money. We owe $19 trillion. We don't have it.
He's very low energy. I'm not used to that kind of a person.
The premiums are going through the roof. The deductibles, frankly, you have to get hit with a Komatsu tractor in order to use them. They're so high. His name is Woody Johnson. He's from Johnson & Johnson. Woody Johnson, Johnson & Johnson, has a hard time with the Jets.
And the media, look at all those people back there. Scavengers. They're like scavengers. So I always thought that, you know, it's special equipment and special cameras, and I always figured maybe the cameras are locked, they can't move, you know, new computerized cameras, $200,000 a piece, and maybe they can't move, and they would never move. And then one day I had a protester, like up in a corner over here, and all of a sudden these cameras, it was like behind the camera, they're bending around like pretzels. The cameras, they move, believe me. And after that, I loved my protesters, because wherever I have a protester, they see that's the only way they move the cameras.
I said, that's nothing. Look at all the cameras back there. 230 reporters, 230 press. Okay, so now Bush goes in and he makes a mistake, and then Obama, frankly, might as well have stayed there, but okay, but he made a mistake too. And I said, keep the oil. Do you remember that? And everyone said, you can't keep the oil. It's a sovereign country. You can't keep the oil. I said, keep the oil. We're in there now. You blew it. You shouldn't have gone in. So here's who has it. Iran is taking it, and ISIS has it. And ISIS now is building a hotel in Iraq. They're competing with me. Do you believe it?
Thank you, darling. Look at these people. Let's say that Jeb Bush or Hillary or one of these politicians, all talk, no action, all controlled by lobbyists and special interests and donors. People like me from previous months, okay? Total control. Bing, bing, bong, bong, bing, bing, bing. You know what that is, right? So if I want you to, you guy's such a nice guy. He's a rough cookie. I like that guy. Raise your hand. Is that you? I like him. I like him. I might even love him. He's a nice guy. He's not my style. Not exactly my thing, but I love this man.
But if I were Marco, but in particular, if I was Jeb, I wouldn't say Marco's a good friend of mine. Marco did something that he wasn't supposed to do. He ran. I've never said this before. And I watch these two guys, and they're hugging, and they're kissing, and they're holding each other. Very much like, actually, Chris Christie did with the president. Very much.
These people come up to me. They say, Donald, you don't really mean we're going to build a wall, do you? And I say, absolutely we're going to build a wall, 100%. They go, well, you don't really mean that. That was like when I first started in June. I said right from the beginning, we're going to build a wall. It's going to be a real wall. See that ceiling up there? I mean, this is a wall that if you get up there, you're not coming down very easily. Look, there's Donald Trump right over there. Look at this guy. Look. Look. There's another one. They're all over the place. Look at this guy. Look at that guy.
Let's get to their question.
We have a question here from Ken Karpowitz. He has a question about health care. Ken?
I'd like to know, Anderson, why aren't you bringing up the emails? I'd like to know. Why aren't you
getting brought up the emails?
No, it hasn't. It hasn't. And it hasn't been finished at all.
Ken Karpowitz has a question.
It's nice to 1-on-3.
Because she's being so protected. She could walk into this arena right now and shoot somebody with 20,000 people watching right smack in the middle of the heart, and she wouldn't be prosecuted, okay? That's what's happened. That is what's happened to our country.
Then she'll say, see you in 4 years. She might even say, see you in 4 years, suckers. Because that's what it is. See you in 4 years, suckers.
Everything good? All right, I'm getting the high sign. Good. Good. Give that person a hand. Imagine how many jobs and more jobs
would be lost if TPP was actually approved. And Hillary Clinton, 100%, will approve it as soon if she gets, oh, let's not say it. I can't say it. Can't say it. Can't say it. But I'll say it. If she gets elected, that's going to be approved, and it's going to be devastating for our country.
Is that I can talk about WikiLeaks, and look, it's on all the television networks live. We're live. Amazing. Boom, boom, boom. I think they're just turning them all off there.
Because the media is so dishonest, so terribly dishonest, and you understand it, and you understand it.
And the great future will be built on these three critical words: jobs, jobs, jobs.
They say the speakers don't work. And I was having so much fun without these damn teleprompters, right? But can you hear me okay? Can you hear me over there? You're good enough.
Here's a woman, she makes a speech for 15 minutes, she goes home, goes to bed. Honestly, she has less energy than Jeb Bush. Admit it.
Oh, we love WikiLeaks. Boy, they have really, WikiLeaks. They have revealed a lot.
And you saw that during the debate, the second debate, where she said, oh, no. Remember what I called? What did she say? What did she say? She said what? Trans-Pacific Partnership. She said it was the gold standard. During the debate, she said, no, I never said that.
China is manipulating its currency and taking our jobs. That's called cheating. And believe me, I have great relationships with China, done many deals with China, made a fortune with China, have the largest bank in the world, which is from China, as one of my tenants. They're excellent. And they just renewed their lease. I can't believe it, but they just renewed it.
It used to be cars were made in Flint, and you couldn't drink the water in Mexico. Now, the cars are made in Mexico, and you can't drink the water in Flint.
Carpenters and welders, accountants and lawyers, young and old, rich and poor, black, white, and Hispanic. But above all, we are together, and we are Americans. We are Americans.
We have, it's true. You take some of these big companies and you look at some of these trade deals, hate to say it, but your companies are peanuts.
Iraq is one of the biggest differences in this race. I opposed going in, and I did oppose it, despite the media saying no, yes, no.
The other night they said Donald Trump was sweating. I was in a room that was 110 degrees. We had 17,000 people, and I'll tell you what, wasn't sweating too much for what we had. And it's a little strange when you see this glass. I watch Hillary. She's got the biggest pieces of glass, and sometimes they're painted black on the other side because you see better. And she always just reads off the teleprompter. And it's short, and then she goes home and she goes to sleep. Now, she's not, look.
And Hillary Clinton wants to be the Merkel of the United States. Okay? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to happen.
And let's face it, you have to say, I really beat her easily. That was an easy, right? So here's the story, here's the way I work, here's the way government works. So the teleprompter's a bummer. It doesn't work. That means the company doing the teleprompter is in the back. That means they didn't do a good job. So I won't pay them, right? I won't pay them. So now we don't have to pay for this, and now we don't have to pay for that. Man. Who the hell runs this place?
So it's a 5,000-page document that the only people in Congress that read are our two congressmen, and I promise you they didn't read them either, okay? Don't worry.
Hillary, teleprompters. You know, she's got 10 people in the room. She's got a teleprompter.
I said we can do the A job, the B job, the C job, or the D job. We could even do the F job, and that was leaving it alone, right?
Did you see what happened in Germany yesterday? The axe wielding where he killed 2 women, one's pregnant, killed the baby, killed the woman, heads, everything. Oh, just
move their jobs to Mexico. Let's see, Mexico, yeah.
I did deals. They came out of my ears. Deals. Buildings. That's what I did for years.
1, 2, 3. You we don't like. You're bad. 4, 5. No good. 6.
Invista laid off 400 workers, closed its plant, moved their jobs to China and Canada.
And then these guys say, you know, the eggheads, they say, but we have a treaty. I said, that's right, they have a treaty too, they have to pay.
Some countries that haven't been so good to us are part of the deal. So, is right. Good community, that's right. Good timing.
We should be a little bit tough, don't we agree? You know? Real garbage. They're garbage. It's a garbage paper. Okay, so here's the story, folks. Talking about garbage.
He looks like a nice guy. Are you okay? Is everything not hurting you? Don't touch him. Leave him alone.
Hate to tell you, the balcony is bigger than what this is. Hello, balcony. I love you, balcony. Look at it. Man.
There are a lot of Democrats perhaps in this room. Are there a lot of Democrats in this room? Raise your hands. Yeah. If I get in, I mean, you know, it's if I get in, this is what it is, okay? Hey, you know what gives me more pause? That a person in our government, crooked Hillary Clinton. Here's what gives me more. Be quiet. I know you want to, you know, save her.
You know who uses the coal? China uses the coal. China. Good old China. They're always there for you.
I said, it's not personal. It's just business, right? You know, it's one of those things.
You know, I'm talking, and I see this like crazy person screaming, and I didn't know friend or foe. But then I watched, and I could see she was nuts.
I find that just absolutely
She doesn't like Putin because Putin has outsmarted her at every step of the way. Excuse me. Putin has outsmarted her in Syria. He's outsmarted her every step of the way.
I do get to ask some questions.
When they talk about change, I notice they have change. She's been there for 30 years. 30 years. There's no change. It's going to be the same. It's going to be an extension of Obama, in my opinion, worse.
By the way, policeman, thank you very much. What a great job you did of getting rid of Hillary. What a great job you did. Thank you, man.
All right, here's a beauty. So, in 8 years, our national debt has doubled. It's going to more than double by the time it gets out. Look at that. It'll be at $20 trillion. Great job. Great job, Obama. In the words of a Secret Service agent, and you know, the Secret Service agent wrote a book. I hope they never write a book about me like that.
So when Obama became president, he has now doubled our national debt. And I'll tell you the problem with that. By the way, you didn't get what I said, but I loved when CNN turned off its camera as soon as I started telling you what sleaze they are. I love that camera, folks. Can you imagine having it on live television? But you know the good thing? Nobody's watching them anyway, so probably. But she's reading off, and she said, I don't like Donald Trump's tone.
But the politicians haven't done anything about it. Now, in all fairness to Secretary Clinton, yes,
Is that okay? Good. I want you to be very happy. It's very important to me.
Remember, I love you too, darling. Who is that?
They say, well, what's the difference?
Bush has less chance than, let's see, do we have any children in the room? But
Apple. I said Apple computer. Apple.
because they're politicians, they have no idea how to spend money.
Did you this? Did you that? Did you that? Can you imagine telling General George Patton that we can't beat ISIS? He would start laughing at you and then smack you in the face.
Yeah, Bush has got, that's right. Bush is 1% in Nevada. This guy, why doesn't he just give up? Just go home. Go home. Go home to mom.
I'm shooting like this. Where I said, ah.
Two great guys. They work hard. They love, boom, they love. Get those lights off. They're taunting us. They're taunting us. All right.
But I looked at this picture. Marco Rubio looked like he was about 4'2" tall. He was shaking hands with Obama. It never took place.
Fellas, we got a problem.
Oh, that's nice. Are they friends or not?
The guy can't talk. Everything's wah, wah. I will do this, and I will do that.
We'll do the wall. Don't worry. We're going to do the wall.
They were probably sent here so that we put them in our jails. Because to put them in our jails, they didn't pay the electric bill. To put them, oh, I like that much better.
They're going to have the illegal immigrants. Hillary Clinton said, I don't like Donald Trump's tone. And I'd read about medieval times. Boom, boom, chop off heads. You know, I read a story. It's a terrible story, but I'll tell you. Should I tell you or should I not?
No, get those lights off. Off. Turn them off. They're too bright. Turn them off. Turn them off. Let's go. Ready? Turn off the lights. Turn off the lights. Turn off the lights. Turn them off.
It's supposed to be, they come, we go, back and forth.
As I'm walking up here, they said, Mr. Trump, the Pope made a statement about you. I said, the Pope? What did the Pope say? I like the Pope. I mean,
he's at a point where he can't get anything passed, so he just signs executive orders. It wasn't supposed to be that way.
it's greed. I want money.
We have a nice big speaker. What? I agree with you.
In fact, we have one of the great vets here, ever, right here, Al. Al, they're liking me. What happened?
Now, if we do an encore, we'll get a couple of bad questions. We'll walk out. They'll say they weren't so great, right?
Don't worry about that, baby. I love babies. So, I love babies. I hear that baby crying. I like it. What a baby.
You or you or you. You.
If there were some guns on the other side of those rooms as they were being shot down like sitting ducks, you get over here. Boom, boom, boom. These are sick people, folks. What Bernie should have done, instead of selling out to the devil, which is what he did, Bernie should have quietly let everything happen, have his protests. He'll lose. Have his protests, go home. He would have gone home a hero. They probably have her 33,000 emails that she lost and deleted because you'd see some beauties there.
So let's see. He started right there. Good job, Obama. The American dream. The American dream to own a home. Good job.
And the sad part is Bernie Sanders has, to use an old word that I use on occasion, he's lost his energy. He wants to go home and go to sleep.
I could keep reading this stuff. It's just point after point. You're doing lousy over here, by the way. I hate to tell you. Syrian refugees admitted to the United States. Monthly total since October of 2015. Look. How stupid are we, folks? How stupid are we, folks? So I brought something special for you tonight. We're going to go quickly because I want to get the hell out of here. I want to go home.
What do you need to spend $1 million? We just spent, it's a story today, $1 million on a soccer field. How do you spend $1 million doing a soccer field? You have a level piece of land. Throw them a ball, let them play soccer if they have to play.
See, you're not supposed to say that somebody graduated last or second to last in their class, because you're supposed to be, like Frank says, very nice. Folks, I want to make America great again. We want to get down to brass tacks. We don't want to listen to his stuff. with being politically correct and everything has. We have a lot of work to do. He said, how do you know why? He told me about 2 seconds ago. I said, what do you mean? He goes, how do you know why? I said, because I know politicians. The politicians are taken care of by the drug companies. The politicians say, and they'll come up with a reason like, because it's so important, and because they're prescription in nature, and because of the complexity of the complex of the drug, we cannot negotiate the price.
To have someone like that in charge of the nuclear arsenal.
Mr. Trump.
I never attacked him on his look, and believe me, there's plenty of subject matter right there. That I can tell you.
But Jake,
I want to give Mr. Trump.
It's a massive plant, one of the biggest in the world. They're going to make all these cars, trucks, and parts. They're even making parts. It's so big, they'll make the parts, the trucks. And I actually gave them a good idea. Why don't we just let the illegals drive the cars and trucks right in through the border? They don't have to even, it's true. No, I gave them that. Save a lot of money. That'll be next. No, they'll be doing that next.
So the Mexican government is not happy with me, to put it mildly. And again, I respect Mexico, but their leaders are too smart for our leaders, because we have stupid leaders, okay?
But these people are all going to be famous. They're going to be famous. See? You're all on television, so smile and have a good time. He doesn't, I don't think he'd think they're so wonderful anymore. I'd love to give him back, but I don't think he'd love to go. I'd give him back even if he didn't want to go. I'd just drop him. Bing. Boom. You mean it's not politically correct, and yet everybody uses it? So you know what? Give me a different term. Give me a different term. What else would you like to say? Oh, you want me to say that? Okay. No, I'll use the word anchor baby. Excuse me. I'll use the word anchor baby. Gun-free zone. You know, when you say gun-free zone, that's like candy for a baby. I have another way. I said something. We don't win anymore, right? We don't win anymore. We lose all the time. But it doesn't sound as good. Who is Uma married to? One of the great sleazebags of our time. Anthony Weiner. Did you know that? She's married to Anthony Weiner. You know, the little bing, 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 bum, bum. I love you very much. They're political hacks. They get their job. I won't use foul language. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. They're all saying, do it, do it. No, I'm not.
And then I watched this idiot Lindsey Graham on television today, and he calls me a jackass. He's a jackass.
I'm a very militaristic person, but you have to know when to use the military. I'm the only person up here that fought against going into Iraq.
Can I make a response to that?
Just excuse me 1 second,
Can
Rand,
I make
you
a
don't mind,
response to
Rand.
that?
You know, you are on less, you do have your 1%.
We have heads being chopped off because they're Christian in the Middle East. We have borders where people are being killed all of. The world is cracking up, and they're worried about my tone. And I see he's bringing his brother in now. He tried the mother, who's a very nice lady, I'm sure. But he tried the mother. That didn't work out so good. Now he's bringing in his brother. I won't say anything. I'm going to save that for after his brother makes a statement, because there's plenty to say about what happened, okay? Especially that last 3 months. My doctor's 2 minutes late, I go crazy, right? I'm screaming at him. I was a businessman. I got along with Clinton. I got along with everybody. Yeah. That was my job, to get along with people.
But the simple fact is...
Excuse me, 1 second.
No.
I didn't want to...
The simple fact is, Donald, you cannot take...
More energy tonight. I like that. Look.
I was asked the question.
I didn't want... It was my obligation as a businessman to my family, to my company, to my employees, to get along with all politicians. I got along with all of them, and I did a damn good job in doing it. Go ahead.
So...
And the poll just came out, and I'm tied with Jeb Bush. And I said, oh, that's too bad. How can I be tied with this guy? He's terrible. He's terrible.
By far the biggest abuser, because they're the biggest. Listen to that beautiful young child. Where is that voice? That young voice. Wow. That is so nice. To have children screaming, we want Trump, that's very nice.
Hillary Clinton was the worst Secretary of State in the history of our country. The worst.
So I would have dinner with my kids almost always, and I'm always available to my children. I could be in the middle of the biggest, most important deal,
For instance, if Ivanka called me right now and say, bye-bye, Frank, you're a wonderful guy.
I think it's unlikely, but if Jeb became president, when they say, Mr. President, it's very bad that Ford's building in Mexico. Oh, okay. We'll do something. Let me go to sleep first. We'll do something. I beat the people from China. I win against China. You can win against China if you're smart. But our people don't have a clue. We give state dinners to the heads of China. I say, why are you doing state dinners for them? They're ripping us left and right. Just take them to McDonald's and go back to the negotiating table. Seriously.
What the hell did I do to him? $20 million worth of negative ads.
And Fox hasn't touched this. And I've been in touch with Kelly, too. And I've been in
Let's
touch.
go. Come on. Gotta go.
All right.
Gotta go.
There's
You're screwing up my whole speech this guy.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There's counterfeit substandard parts in most of the nuclear plants in the United States.
Counterfeit substandard parts in nuclear plants in the United States. I'm not surprised to hear that. Why? Am I surprised?
And some of them have come from China. Now, when I brought...
And in airplanes, too, by the way.
When I brought this out, the NRC, Nuclear Regulatory Commission, accused me...
All done, 100%, stolen off our web. And they, that's right, Hillary gave it. The guy says Hillary gave it. Yeah, maybe it was stolen from her emails.
And our weapons, we don't even know if they work. To show you how stupid we are, they did a major television program, 60 Minutes, I don't know if anybody saw it, where they go into the silos. The stuff is old, it's rotted, the phone systems don't work, the wires going to the phones are all, they don't even know if it works. And I said, if I were Obama, I wouldn't be showing that. And they got in there because Obama wanted people to see how bad it is so that maybe they could get some money to fix it up. How stupid is this? Our enemies are looking at this stuff with 44-year-old phones and wires that don't work. And the people, they're interviewing the people that are working in these phone systems, and they're saying, no, you can't hear. You can't hear. And I'm saying, can you believe what we're doing? It's like in the war. They were saying, we're going in 2 weeks and we're going to be attacking a certain city. You know what I'm talking about. And we're going to attack, and this is the way we're doing it, and we're going here. And I'm saying, can you imagine the great General Douglas MacArthur or George Patton, any of these great guys, listening to a president say exactly what we're going to be doing? Then I said, you know, that's smart, because they'll do the opposite. They didn't. It was exactly as he said.
First of all, these lenders aren't babies. These are total killers. These are not the nice, sweet little people that you think, okay? You know, I mean, you're living in a world of the make-believe, Chris. You want to know the truth.
Right now we have Obama. He won't call. He doesn't even call to get our hostages back from Iran. Here we are in the middle of a deal, and he doesn't call about that. One sentence, I'd say, you got to, before we start, get those people back. Used to be 3, now it's 4. Get those people. They'd be back the next hour.
We have these, see what?
Now, the reason I started with the military, because I've been hearing for years that a lot of times they buy equipment that they don't really like because, you know, they like something else, but they're not going to get. I know why. Because these politicians, these bloodsuckers, I call them the bloodsuckers, we got to get rid of them.
You hear our politicians, John McCain, 2 days, oh, Benghazi, you don't hear about it anymore. Hillary Clinton with the emails, the emails, 2 days. I'm more disappointed in the Republicans in many ways. They talk and talk and talk. He's a dirty, rotten traitor.
And guess what happens to Anthony Weiner? A month ago, I see he went to work for a public relations firm. Do you believe it? Now, if you think that Uma isn't telling Anthony, who she's probably desperately in love with, in all fairness to Anthony, because why else would she marry this guy? Can you believe it? Can't see straight. But if you would...
You'll have, that was what, 1 person or 2 people? So the press in the background, the press tomorrow, headlines, protesters at the Trump meeting.
I got involved because I'm in the nursing home profession.
Okay, come on, you know, I got to go. Hey, come on.
Oh, wait a minute. No, let me finish this.
Okay. You know what? I think your question's great, and I can understand. He's talking about basically counterfeit parts, just to cut to the chase.
We don't have to know that you're in the nursing home business. What are you trying to talk to some of us about joining your little home? Come on, sit down. Enough. We think it's good. We think your point is good. Yeah, give it to him. Good.
They said to Marco Rubio, are you having fun? He's sweating like a pig. I never saw a guy sweat like this. The sweat is pouring. I think Rubio is a low energy. But here's the problem with Rubio. When you sweat that much,
Now think of it. So you have Putin, he's sitting over here. And he's waiting to kill the stupid Americans because he's been just destroying us so badly. So he figures, oh, and a guy walks in and he's soaking wet and sweating. Hello, hello, can I have some water? And Putin's sitting there, what the hell kind of stuff is this? This is not exactly a poker player, folks.
Oh, boy, I felt like I was crossing the border, actually. You know, it's true. I was crossing the border. Let me see if I can find his number. I go, where's his? There it is. But it's true. I always tell my son, little tiny bites. I tell all my kids, Ivanka, Don, Eric, Tiffany, all as they're growing up, little bites. And I see him, whoa. I don't get it. Wait a minute, I gotta get rid of this stuff. We gotta get this crap out of here. Get the owner to build a larger hotel. Come here. Owner, build a larger room. We want this room expanded next year, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you. I think he's got some problems. Got some little problems here. All right, get him out. How about Obama? Ooh. I don't think you people like our president too much. They don't. And you know, the Kasich thing is interesting, because here's a guy that just says, I'm going to stay. Like a stubborn, like if you have a child who's a spoiled brat, where they go, I don't care, Daddy. Get out of the room, Daddy. I don't care. This is like a spoiled guy. Even for victory speeches, I saw the other night, Hillary Clinton, she's got a teleprompter. And we will travel north and south and east and west. They said, why are you here? Guy goes, I don't really know. And Karl Rove is on television. Karl Rove, well, he could have done better. He's joking. Carly, we're doing great. We're going to win. Let's go. Be my vice president. Bing, 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 bing. Whoa, he said something. It was a little bit off with the woman. Can't do that. I mean, now they're saying, you know, all of a sudden, I see today on television, the biggest people are saying, well, we think Donald Trump is going to make a great president. They said, wait a minute, 5 weeks ago, the guy was saying I'm a stiff. What's going on over here? What's going on? I just read an article that Cruz is working really hard to, I don't want to use the word bribe, but to bribe the delegates. You know what you do? Let her out right here. Open the gate, let her out right here. So much easier. Fellas, open the gate, use your heads, let her out right here. By the way, these teleprompters haven't been working for the last 20 minutes. And I actually like my speech better without teleprompters. And this way, what I like about it, wait a minute, let me see how these things work. You know what? I like it better without the teleprompter. And I notice every time I look up, they're trying, it's straining. It's straining. Get this thing out of here, will you? Get it out. She's prepping for the debate. Now, the last time she prepped for a week also, and let's face it, you have to say, I really beat her easily. That was an easy, right? So here's the story, here's the way I work, here's the way government works. So the teleprompter's a bummer. It doesn't work. That means the company doing the teleprompter is in the back. That means they didn't do a good job. So I won't pay them, right? I won't pay them. And tomorrow, I'll have a story in the newspaper. Donald Trump did not pay a contractor who put up the teleprompters. Well, why should I? They don't work. And, oh, it's true. It's true. And they'll make me like a bad guy, like I'm a bad person, right? You know, I pay contractors on time. I am so good. The same people who destroyed the emails are pleading the Fifth Amendment in front of Congress. You saw that today, yesterday. Fifth Amendment. Bomb. And we're going to take the leaders of ISIL. Oh, did I say ISIL? ISIS. ISIS. I don't like saying ISIL. We're going to take... I don't like saying ISIL.
Okay, so speaking of disasters, the Iran nuclear deal. And Iran has...
That's what we need. We have to win. Ohio, such an important state. Ohio. Ohio. Don't forget, I worked in Ohio for a long time, Cincinnati. I love Ohio.
Thank you. What happened with the teleprompter, man? Hey, he's a little late, right?
Oh, well.
I had nothing to do with it.
You know, it's interesting with the president, because I saw that yesterday with the stairs. He went to Saudi Arabia, and the top people didn't greet him, right? He went to Cuba, and Castro, the brother, was not there to greet him. And I said to myself, you know, if that happened, I'd land, I'd hear he's not there to pay respect to the country, not to him, to pay respect to our country. I would say, thank you very much, fellas, that's okay. Close it up, boom, let's go back to Washington. I would. Let's go back to Washington. They are using their smartest, their brightest, from the time they're 3 years old. You know, they have like a pyramid, right? Boom, boom, boom. They use the guys right on the top. Owning a home was the American dream. It's at the lowest rate in 51 years. And I have a chart. Where's that chart? Aha. Look at this. See, I'm into the world of charts lately. It's so descriptive. So here's a chart. Most of you can see. You don't need very good eyesight to see what's going on. So here's Obama. And here's the end. He's not finished yet.
So if you had $20 trillion and everything was tippy-top, I like tippy-top. I like everything. Everybody goes to my buildings and my clubs, they're tippy-top. Right? Tippy-top.
Hillary, you have lobbyists that have a sign. It says Hillary. It's emblazoned, right? Tattooed. It's tattooed right on their forehead. It says Hillary, the lobbyist. It's so hot in here that I consider this to be like a workout, right? It's like, oh. I figure that's one way I'm getting to heaven. I figure that's one way. That was a mosquito, by the way. I don't like mosquitoes. That's the second time that's happened to me. The nice thing about Bernie's people is that they agree with me on one thing, trade. Because he was so against what was going, these bad trade deals. Well, he just bought a $600,000 house, so he knows something about what's going on. You know, he's got some sense, right? And they'll say, Madam President. Oh, I don't want to hear that. I do want to hear it eventually, because I want to see a woman become president, but it can't be her. She's a disaster.
And Crazy Bernie's going crazy right now. Okay. Okay.
He doesn't know what to do. Probably, I think it's actually cooler outside than it is in this damn ballroom. Ridiculous.
Why would I want to rest? I can rest a little bit. Don't worry about it. If I win, I'm not going to rest either. Okay, don't worry. Don't get nervous like a politician. You know, if we send them out to Washington, they become different people.
Go back home and go to sleep. 3 days later, she gets up and she does another one and goes back home and goes to sleep. Oh boy, is ISIS hoping for her. Did you see yesterday it was announced that Hillary Clinton got 48 million or so from hedge funds, and Donald Trump got 18,000 from hedge funds, or 19. I'm trying to figure out who they were. I want to give it back. Who is it? Guy's got his hand up, and everybody's pointing. I think he's lying. Is he lying when he says yes? They're sucking our blood out of our system. They're sucking our blood. And he makes a big press conference or announcement that we are sending 50 soldiers into Iraq, Syria, and now these soldiers have a big target on their back. Why can't we just keep our mouths shut? Why can't we be unpredictable?
And it was a sea of these guys, most dishonest people in the world. Look at them. Look at them all back there. Look at them all. Whoa. Whoa.
That's a big group of people. And you'll have this reporter, Donald Trump has just finished his speech. And it was fun. This is so-and-so from CNN. Thank you.
Who cares, right? Who the hell cares? Who the hell cares? I'm sitting here. My suit is soaking wet. Don't touch me.
When you look at that tape, I guarantee you were pushed around more getting onto this plane right now than she was pushed around.
And if one makes a mistake, another one. They have it's like a catch basin. And we'll have some dope sitting there negotiating. It was an NBC poll. They call it NBC monkey poll. And every week, boom, boom, boom. And believe me, I knocked them off. And every week, boom. We're down to 16. We're down to 14. We're down to 12. We're down to 11.
Nice. Y'all put it on, right?
Don't just leave him alone. Let him shout. I can't hear him, so it's okay. Presidential's easy. You know what presidential is? I walk on. Here's what. Go ahead. What do we call it? Let me form. It's called collusion, folks. Go to church. There's the ones I want to get going. Do you go to church on Sundays? Anytime you can go. Do you go to church? Okay, good. He's constantly on television. Lindsey Graham, a total dope. And I said, wait a minute. That's a guy that I defeated so badly that he went home and he started to cry, okay? He started to cry. Just so you know, they lie. It's all a rigged deal. They lie. Our country's so politically correct that we're going to hell.
Even if it's true, it's true. You don't have to talk.
And for some reason, my numbers keep going up, so they can't be very good ads. They can't. You know, Saddam Hussein was a bad guy. But one thing about him, he killed terrorists. Now Iraq is Harvard for terrorism. You want to become a terrorist, you go to Iraq. You can play cute. Who are you, by the way? Okay. But more importantly, if you look at it, wouldn't it be nice if we actually got along with Russia and other countries? Wouldn't it be nice? I heard them saying this morning on television, how dare they want to? Donald Trump wants to work with Russia to get rid of ISIS. Yeah, sort of, right? You know, the cost of missiles at $1 million a pop. It would be nice to work with somebody else, let them drop some of their missiles. We'll get rid of ISIS. But they were talking about working with Russia like we have to do it ourselves. Why do we have to do everything ourselves? We're like the policemen of the world. No, the guy came to remember he gave me his cell phone. He said, could you give me a contribution? Could you set me up with some people? Could you give me a contribution? That was years ago. So when I went up and I saw he was competing with me, and, you know, I said, let's see if this old cell number works. I don't know why I had his number. It was like 4 years old. So they called it, and his phone exploded. You remember we went out public. His phone exploded. It went like boom. It crashed. Cruz said, he's not pro-life. I said, I'm not. I'm pro-life. You can't lie about people like that. It's just incredible. Now, General Petraeus suffered. And remember, I think I helped him. I said, leave him alone. Did you see, on top of everything else, they want to reduce his rank. And for the last 4 or 5 weeks, I said, leave him alone. We have to beat ISIS. Leave this guy alone. He's suffered enough. Leave him alone. You know what? They announced a couple of weeks ago they're going to leave him alone. The RNC gave all the tickets to special interests that represented Cruz and Rubio. The politicians that I'm dealing with, this Ted Cruz, the guy's never employed a person in his whole life. So every time he raises his head, he says, we're going to this, we're going to that. He starts throwing a rocket up in the air. Half of the time it doesn't get off the ground, but when it does, everyone gets crazy. Then we come home, we land at LaGuardia Airport with potholes all over the place. It's like we're a third world country. It's true. And then they look, they say, oh, maybe he should have added a word. Well, actually, the way it came out, they took words out that I said. Unemployment rate, they have down 20%. That can't be possible. What? Is it 20%? The two guys that are hanging by their fingernails. Don't let me fall. Don't let me fall. He didn't even argue with me. He just looked at me like this. Do you remember? It was the weirdest thing. He's a weird guy, I'm telling you. But I've been watching. And the government, our poor government.
No, if you're crooked Hillary Clinton and you're there, your lobbyist is going to call you. Your special interest people are going to call you. Your people that gave you a lot of money are going to call you. And they're going to say, you can't do that to Carrier. I own a piece of the company. I own 12 shares. You can't do that. And we gave you $1 million to run for office. And when you run in 4 years, we're going to give you a lot more than that. You can't do that. And every one of them will back down. Me, I don't back down. Me, I'm working for you, folks. I'm working for you. They showed the margin of victory. I mean, boom, 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 boom. Somebody said, oh, but General Patton was such a rough guy. He would, on occasion, slap his soldiers. He would slap them. Really, in the face, slap them. If that ever happened today, they'd put him in jail for the rest of his life, maybe give him the electric chair, right? You a motorcycle guy? I'll bet, right? Am I right? Do they love Trump? I don't even know why. I'm not big with the motorcycle.
I've been in favor of getting rid of carried interest for years, starting when I was a senator from New York. But that's not the point here.
Why didn't you do it? Why didn't you do it?
Because I was a senator with a Republican president.
Oh, really?
I will be the
you
president.
You could have done it. If you were an effective, senator, you could have done it. If you were an effective senator, you could have done it. But you were not an effective.
Please allow her to
senator.
respond. She didn't interrupt you.
Look, it's just not true. And so please
you
go
didn't delete them?
Allow her to respond, please.
Personal emails, not official.
33,000?
Well, we turned over 35,000. So
oh, yeah.
It was,
what about the other 15,000?
Please allow her to respond. She didn't talk while you talked.
Yes, that's true. I didn't.
Because you
I
have
didn't
nothing
in
to
the
say.
first debate, and I'm going to try not to in this debate because I'd like to get to the questions that the people have brought here tonight to talk to us about.
And get off this question.
Okay, Donald, I know you're into big diversion tonight, anything to avoid talking about your campaign and the way it's exploding and the way Republicans are leaving you. But let's at least focus on some of the issues.
Cruz kept talking about Sessions, and, he'd say, Sessions, Senator Sessions. And then Senator Sessions announced about 2 months ago he's endorsing Trump, and all of a sudden, Cruz doesn't talk about him so much anymore, I guess. And we land at LaGuardia. What's wrong? Are we okay? Really nice place. And the owner was great. And they were serving me food. And I said, turn off all the cameras. You know the camera. I don't. Don't take drugs. Okay? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Come here. Raise your hand. Raise it. Come here. This is what people ask. What do I tell? I said to my kids, no drugs, no alcohol, no cigarettes. Raise your hands, kids. I promise Donald J. Trump that I will never take drugs. I don't want to say no alcohol, but take it easy on the alcohol, right? And you know what else? No cigarettes, right? All right, kids, come here. Come here. Come here. Okay. If I lose, maybe not. I'll be a little bit. So, Club for Growth, they come up to my office. This guy was, I think, a former congressman. And he tells me a little bit about Club for Growth. I'm falling asleep. And then he goes, would you contribute $1 million? I said, $1 million for what? I don't even know you. I never met you. So now I can focus on Hillary, that crook. I can focus on Hillary. Crooked Hillary. We have 63 days to go.
Mr. Trump,
Any relation to Ted Cruz?
Negative.
And Tom Cruise?
Negative, sir.
Okay, now you can take the question.
You're going to do it today. You'll go to sleep for a couple of hours, right? Go to sleep. You go to sleep for a couple of hours. You wake up, you cast you. Then you can go back to sleep or go to work. You people don't go to sleep. You'll go back to work. I know my people. You'll get up after about 2 hours. You'll vote, and you'll go to work.
So the ISIS. One of the reasons we're going to Mosul is we want to get the ISIS leaders. We think they're staying in Mosul, and we want to get them. Well, before the announcement is over, they've gone.
We won the debates, and it was amazing. And these people are going crazy. This morning, they handed them in New Hampshire. New Hampshire. Oh, Trump is leading in New Hampshire now. You think she wants me to win? You think when they do that, they hand her... In other words, basically saying, oh, this is bad news. Now he's leading in New Hampshire.
Every time I see President Obama get up, ladies and gentlemen, we are sending 50 people to Iraq. 50. So that's bad in two ways. Number one, it's such a low number that the enemy's saying, is that all?
Thank you very much. And we don't need Jay-Z to fill up arenas, you know. We do it the old-fashioned way. We do it the old-fashioned way, folks. We fill them up because you love what we're saying and you want to make America great again. That's about it.
This guy knows nothing about me. I was so happy. And I saw today that somebody on CNN, the Clinton News Network, who knows nothing about us. You know, they use John King, actually. He's a nice guy. I like him on the maps. He does a good job with the maps. I like him better now than I did a couple of months ago, because a couple of months ago I had no chance. Now all of a sudden that map is getting very red.
But if you catch him and don't do anything about him, then it's your fault. Okay?
So,
You won't have to be careful if I'm president. I'll be careful for you. We went into Iraq. Shouldn't have happened. Everything you see right now is an offshoot of that decision. That was a very bad decision. Then Obama got out the wrong way. He came out. I mean, here's a guy. He announces the date that we're leaving. So the enemy pulls back. And I'm saying, can you imagine General Douglas MacArthur or General George Patton? These are tough killers. Can you imagine? They must have been going nuts. They're spinning in their grave. Obama announces a date. We are leaving on such and such a date. So the enemy pulls back. What do we have to fight for? They're leaving. We leave 18 months later, and they go and look at the mess.
He was stumbling and mumbling, and he's going like, well, I don't know. Okay.
One guy came in, and he wanted to give me a lot of money. And they're gamblers. I mean, I know these guys so well. Half of them I know. And some I like, some I don't know. Some are good guys, some are horrible guys. But I know them sort of almost all. And I'm looking at the room, I say, wow, that's all the fat cats. That's all the bosses out there. That's the bosses of the politicians. That's when you want to negotiate with Ford, and then Ford's going to send 6 of those guys up to see you as president. And if you took money from them, you're not going to make a deal.
And I got a call from a reporter. I hear you're pro-choice. I said, who told you that? Cruz. It's unbelievable. No, I'm pro-life. And I said to myself, how can a guy be so dishonest? How can he do it? And just this morning, I heard a couple of other candidates saying the same thing. You mean the fact that I'm here?
Yeah.
Give me a break.
I'm just asking.
But the room was stacked with special interests and lobbyists and all these guys that pay the candidates money.
Plays golf for like 2 or 3 weeks. He plays more golf than the people on the PGA Tour, right?
Anybody read The Art of the Deal in this room? Yes. A lot of people. Kerry didn't read it, and Obama didn't read it. This guy, Cruz, comes out, well, I don't think he's going to win. This guy is so strident and so nasty, he's going to lose every single state. And frankly, there's a couple of them are friends of mine, and they're laughing as they're booing me. They're booing Donald Trump, boo, boo, boo. And they're laughing and waving at me, and I'm waving at them, and I'm saying it's a game.
That's part of my commitment to raise taxes on the wealthy. My Social Security, payroll, contribution will go up, as will Donald's, assuming he can't figure out how to get out of it. But what we want to do is to replenish the Social Security Trust Fund.
You don't hear that from these dishonest people back there, meaning the media. Look at them. Look at them. Most dishonest people.
The press is stuck on their airplane. They can't get here. I love it. So they're trying to get here now. They're going to be about 30 minutes late. They called us and said, could you wait? I said, absolutely not. Let's get going, right? Let's get going, New Hampshire. For voter register, who is not registered? Is there anybody in here not registered? If you're not registered, get the hell out of here, okay? This is a nice-looking young guy. Hey, listen, leave right now and go and register. They just extended it for a little while, so right after, raise your right hand. Do you promise you're going to register after this?
Where I was sitting alone in some club.